Hello and welcome to Farmer's Kitchen with me, Helen Farmer, presented by Spinneys and here on Dubai Eye 103.8. It's our brand new food show for everyone who loves food and cookery. So safe to say, all of us. So come on. Over the course of the series, we're going to be getting only the finest ingredients from Spinneys, the organic range, free from range and free range too. Taking to the kitchens at JA the resort, meeting a chef who'll be transforming them into some truly amazing dishes. Let's find out what's in store. We're going on an adventure through the Middle Eastern pantry in this episode, finding some ingredients that will pull together to make a truly magical dish, including feta cheese. I think I know where it comes from, but what about the animal? Finding out all of that and more. And taking our ingredients here from Spinneys to meet our expert, that's Yasmine Idris Tanner, food enthusiast and baker. She's waiting at JA the resort in our kitchens in front of a live audience and revealing what's in her pantry. What are those ingredients in the cupboard that elevate your dishes during the holy month of Ramadan? One of these pieces of feta, please. We're going to be speaking to our expert at Spinneys all about the amazing ingredients we're going to be using today, including the feta. And don't forget, you can watch what's happening in store and in the kitchens at JA by going to our website DubaiEye1038.com and checking out our social media too. Thanks so much. It's great to be here at Spinneys Town Centre in the Meadows. We've got a fantastic array of produce here and we're learning about some of the ingredients in our mystery dish in this episode. And to guide us through, we've got Monday Frikkeh. He is the GM of marketing here at Spinneys. Every time I come into Spinneys, I feel honestly spoiled for choice and a little bit overwhelmed by the spice selection here.
For sure. I mean, I feel exactly the same.
Which is a good thing.
It's a very, very good thing. If you love flavours, if you love taste, it's a brilliant thing.
And I think a lot of people don't realise how easy it is to elevate a dish by a few well-chosen spices.
100%. I think so often we're all just too scared to play around a little bit. I mean, I'm not saying add 5 chilies or a whole bunch of chili
or everything.
Or just everything. It's not. Choose a flavour or two that you like and elevate that. If you're used to making a dish the same way, put a little bit more of that same product in and just let the flavour come alive and then find things that you like. You've got to experiment a little bit. You've got to play with our food.
We are looking at za'atar this afternoon. It's one of the ingredients in our mystery dish. Can you tell us a little bit about the origin of za'atar and even what it tastes like? How do you describe it?
So I mean, how can you be in the Middle East like we are and not love za'atar? I mean, sometimes za'atar ends up in very strange dishes, which is really weird. But also, it's just such a beautiful, such a versatile spice. And it's actually not a spice. I mean, it's a combination. It's a blend of beautiful herbs. It really is lemon thyme in essence. Blended a bit with oregano, some sesame seeds, olive oil, and then you end up with a beautifully blended product that you can use on anything from your breads to your cheeses to the like. Or you could make it fresh.
Let's just take it one step at a time.
Sure. Let us make it.
But I was about to say, so you can buy it here ready to go?
Ready to go, easy.
Okay, so this is what we're going to be doing this afternoon. We're going to be incorporating some of that za'atar into our ingredients. We've also got some beautiful feta here this afternoon. And I never know, is it sheep's milk it's made from? Is it goat's milk? Is it a combination? How do they do it?
Sheep's milk and goat's milk, or whichever one you want. So obviously traditionally a Greek cheese and was made because it was kept in brine for so long, so it really could last a longer period of time.
So for practical purposes.
Practical versus a lot of other soft cheeses that would go off a lot quicker. So the specific one we've got here, the one we sell in our Spinneys counter by the piece or by the kilo, is a combination between sheep and goat.
And what's the benefit of having that mixture?
So, I mean, apart from the taste benefit, so for us specifically, we looked for a feta cheese that we kind of put our name to that is a good combination between crumbly and smooth, which is really important. So when you use it in a dish, you want to be able to feel that creamy taste, but you still want to be able to pick it up and
have that usability.
Otherwise, you're just washing half the feta cheese off your hands every single time if you're cooking.
So we've got everything we need, all that lovely fresh produce from Spinneys, and now it's time to take it to JA the resort. Going to Pantry Court where Yasmine is waiting in the kitchens to be taking everything we've got and turning it into that mystery dish. Have you guessed what it is yet? And don't forget, you can watch and listen. Head over to our social media pages and the website, DubaiI1038.com, to see what's happening here on Farmer's Kitchen. Thank you so much. Great to have you with us on Farmer's Kitchen with me, Helen Farmer, presented by Spinneys and here on Dubai Eye 103.8. Whether you're watching or listening, that's right, you can watch. Head over to our website. You can check out our social media too and see what's happening in the kitchens at JA The Resort. Fantastic to be joined in the kitchen. We've got Yasmine Idris Tanner with us. She is Lebanese, is going to be sharing some of her Ramadan tips and also what we need to have in our cupboards to elevate those dishes. We've been to Spinneys, we've got our ingredients.
Yes.
Yasmine, can you talk us through some of the components for today's mystery dish?
Okay, so first of all, pantry is crucial in any home because you can stock on seasonal produce that you can buy at Spinneys and just pickle or preserve and just keep for later use. For today, I'm using some delicious Greek feta.
Can I have a little nibble?
Yes. It's really delicious and creamy, a bit tangy, really delicious.
And this has been in olive oil with some oregano?
Yes,
or would you say oregano?
Oregano,
Okay.
yeah, Lebanese. And I'm using lots of fresh herbs and some pomegranate seeds with black olives and some other secret mystery ingredients. It's
You're going to get
staple.
me cooking up some of these ingredients. But just look at this lovely fresh, the jewels of the pomegranate there. I think that pop of juice,
Yes.
the pop of burst of fruit,
It's
which is
tangy.
going to be lifting some of this saltiness of the feta. Really simple one to assemble.
Yes.
So if someone turns up, perhaps you didn't know they were coming, you've got your pantry ready.
Yes.
The addition of some fresh herbs, and you've got this. Is this going to be a side dish or a main dish?
So if you're gonna have it, it's quite filling. It's filling, so it can be as a main dish, or you can have it as a sharing platter. But it's so moorish, you would want to eat more. It's really filling and delicious.
We've got this beautiful feta, it's been in oil and oregano. We've got that za'atar, some very finely sliced, I say spring onions, people say green onions.
Yes.
Some ruby red pomegranate jewels there, the black olives and some chopped walnuts. And our mystery ingredient.
Yes.
So come on, Yasmine, what is in this bowl?
So it is wheat, but it's green and it's smoked, and it's called Frikkeh.
And I can smell the smoke here
smokiness,
from
yes.
it. And it's quite fine as well.
Yes, it's.
And it's going to cook quite quickly. Are we going to cook it?
We're gonna cook it. It needs to be boiled in water. You can boil it like rice. Now this pack recommends to boil 1 cup of frikkeh with 2.5 cups of water for about 20 minutes. So we're gonna do that. And this frikkeh, actually, frikkeh is also a labor of love. In Lebanon, we get the frikkeh and it has lots of little stones and dust in it. So we have to clean it one by one, but the one I bought in Spinneys was pre-cleaned.
ready to go.
So it's really amazing.
So come on, let's put everyone out of their misery. What are we creating today?
Today we're gonna have a frikkeh and green za'atar salad.
Perfect for Ramadan,
yes.
for something lighter. Let's get the frikkeh
Okay.
on the boil. So that goes into the pan.
So I'm just
you
gonna
need some water.
I'm just gonna put the 2.5 cups of water in the pan.
So where did the idea for this dish come from? Have you had it in the family or is it something you created?
No, it's actually, I got inspired from a recipe by Suzanne Husseini. And she has a frikkeh in a salad, but with different ingredients. And I really like the idea because it's a filling recipe. It's fresh. It has a lot of earthy flavors, yet a bit of tanginess from, you know, the pomegranate, the balsamic vinegar, and it has a lot of herbs that go into it, and you can adapt it.
And textures as well,
Yes.
so many textures.
Because we use the celery to give it crunch and chopped walnuts, so that really gives it a very nice crunch.
And once the frikkeh has been cooked, what's that consistency going to be like?
So the frikkeh is, you can say it resembles rice, like a smaller rice. It has a crunch, yet it's filling and soft and delicious. It's carb, but it has a lot of benefits because it's a young grain. So I think it has a lower glycemic index, and it's very popular in the Middle East. We have it cooked with chicken and meat and stuff like that.
And as you said, smoked flavour
Yes.
as well. So when that is getting boiling. What can I be doing to help
So
you?
I would need you to please chop me some walnuts.
Okay, and how finely are we chopping the walnuts?
Just like this.
So just
Yeah,
about half a
roughly.
centimetre?
Yes, roughly chopped.
Okay.
Okay,
I can do that. And we're going to do anything to the walnuts? They're going in as is. We're not toasting them or anything?
Nothing.
So this is easy.
Yes, this salad is really easy because you can have everything prepared ahead of time. Even the frikkeh, you can boil it, sieve it, cool it, keep it in the fridge for a couple of days, no problem at all. You just prepare everything, just mix them all in a bowl, dress them last minute, and it's ready to go.
More walnuts or not?
No, I think that's enough for now.
Right.
I'm just going to add them to the bowl here.
If you want to check out what's happening in the kitchen here at JA and look at all these delicious Spinneys ingredients, you can head over to the website dubai1038.com, and of course our social media channels too. You can see what's happening right here, and there's so much coming up. So walnuts are done. What else can I be chopping for you?
So I would please need a couple of celery sticks.
Celery from the Spinneys basket and quite finely chopped.
Yes, please.
Yes, please. I mean, I say that as if I can do that, no problem, but I will chop as finely as possible.
Yes, that's perfect. We're just going to add them to our bowl here.
For anyone that's not feeling confident in the kitchen, what kind of dishes would you recommend starting off with?
I think it's one good piece of advice would be to always have some cleaned and prepped veggies in the fridge. Like a selection and some pulses, beans, stuff like that. And then whenever you want to have a nice filling yet light meal, I think it's so easy to put together a nice salad, present it in a nice big plate, and just shake your dressing in a jar. The water is almost boiling. I'm just gonna add the frikkeh to it.
Okay, frikkeh going into that pan. Celery, do you want some more celery?
No, that's
good?
more than enough. Yeah, you can just put it here.
Okay.
I'm just gonna wait for this to boil, then I'm gonna lower the heat.
And how long will it take, Yasmine?
20 minutes.
Okay.
You can gauge it. You can even taste it.
Well, yeah, what are we looking for? Because if we've never cooked it, how do we know it's ready?
It's very similar to rice. So you want a bit of a bite, but it should be soft and chewy. So now I'm gonna ask you please to cut a spring onion.
Just one?
Yeah.
Okay. I love the taste of spring onion.
Yeah, me too.
Because you get the bite of onion, but it's not overpowering. It doesn't stay on your hands or your breath as long.
And it uplifts any salad.
So an easy one to add in.
Yeah, you actually, as a tip, it's a green onion. If you saute it before cooking rice, it adds a very nice dimension. It's like butter.
Really?
Yeah, it gives a very nice flavor to rice.
Okay, so
You can just put it here.
add it to our other.
Yeah, and then we can chop a bit of parsley.
Now, parsley we've got fresh from Spinneys here.
Okay.
Is this one of the dishes where you do need to have it fresh?
Yes. The secret is to not go twice over the same chopped piece, so that's why I like to roll them. And then you have to fold your fingers in.
Okay.
I'm not a chef, but I've learned that
The
from
hard
a
way.
chef, yes. And then you just chop.
So moving your fingers back there.
Yeah, and then in
away
one,
from the
you need an
blade.
extra sharp knife, and you just go through like once. That's it.
That's
You're
it.
not allowed to do this or that because it will blacken them and they
So
will wilt.
Sharp knife.
Yes,
Cut
one
once.
movement.
Okay. Let's add it to its friends. Are we ready to start assembling?
I think we are. So I'm gonna
Perfect.
ask you to do the dressing.
Okay, let's do that dressing.
So you get an empty jar with an airtight lid, and we need 6 tablespoons of oil. And then
This is olive oil.
That's extra virgin olive oil.
And I'm guessing because we are not going to be cooking with this, we really do need
The best
the
quality.
best.
Yes.
Or-
Now with seasoning, I honestly don't really like to, I have the measurement, but it's really up to you. You can add, or you can, even if you mix it up, you can keep it in the fridge and use it for another salad.
How many tablespoons of this?
6 as well,
This is
please.
easy to remember, 6 and 6.
Yes, 6 and 6.
I've got my balsamic in here, I've got 6 tablespoons of that, I've got 6 of the extra virgin. What else needs to go into this
So we're
dressing?
gonna put in some za'atar.
This is the dried za'atar. And you say it's dry, but actually it's still got some freshness to it.
Because they grind it, I think, with this one, it feels ground with sesame seeds.
And there's a little bit of oiliness to it, which is absolutely
Yeah.
delicious. So za'atar going in there.
And some black pepper and some salt. So I'm just gonna put them in.
And this would be a lovely, light, but also quite filling dish for Ramadan.
Yes, and it's easy to prepare ahead of time. And
Can I shake it?
please shake it.
So we've put it into a jar. and we're just going to give it a good shake.
Yeah.
Just for getting all my aggression out.
That dressing can be kept in the fridge for a few days.
Brilliant.
And you can use it on a wedge salad with some, feta cheese, halloumi cheese, or anything.
Wow, as soon as you open it,
yes.
that richness of the balsamic really coming out, but
yes.
lovely earthy herbs as well. So, dressing is done. Let's start assembling. Can I be chopping some feta while you put things in?
Yes, just chop some, the feta that we got are already in cubes, but I like them to be a bit smaller.
More kind of mini bite size.
Yes. I'm going to start with the celery.
Which has been pretty finely chopped, so it's almost translucent.
Very, very finely chopped. It adds a crunch to the salad. I'm going to add some spring onions.
There they go.
All of these ingredients can be prepared ahead of time, just kept in the fridge in an airtight container. And then I'm going to add some pomegranate seeds, and I bought the ready peeled ones, although I have a very good method.
Just about to ask you, give me some tips for getting those seeds out of pesky pomegranates, because I have tried, well, you tell me what to do and I'll tell you how I failed.
Do you have the rumor? Have you heard the rumor of the technique of getting the seeds out?
Which one do you do?
So you cut the pomegranate in half, and you just hold it facing down in a bowl, and you just bring the biggest wooden spoon that you have, and you just
get more aggression out.
It, yeah. So look at I think the colors are beautiful, and it's going to be really delicious. So I'm going to add some the chopped parsley, and look how dry it is and lovely, because it was chopped in the right way.
Yeah, there's no blackness there.
No,
it's kept that
look,
lovely green freshness.
Really beautiful.
So in there we've got the celery, we've got the green onion, the spring onion, some black olives, and those lovely ruby pomegranate too.
I'm just gonna add the mint. I'm gonna tear them just a tiny bit to release the flavors and the oils, and you do that just at the last minute. Otherwise, there is a risk that they become black and
So that's the last
they lose their
one
freshness.
to go in. All of this feta, and this is from Greece, this feta, via Spinneys, and I tasted it before, and beautiful saltiness, but crumbly as well, and a real creaminess as you finish, which is really what you want from a feta.
Yeah.
Can I ask what you always have in your pantry at home? Which spices, which ingredients to elevate dishes when you need a bit of extra help?
So we always have tahini. We always have dates, pomegranate molasses, za'atar for sure is a staple in our pantry, and lots of pickles. It's very typical Lebanese to have a lot of pickled items from summer that are preserved.
You can eat year round. What about coffee?
I'm like craving a coffee right now.
This is not going to help, I'm afraid, because Spinneys has done their Middle Eastern pantry article in their new magazine, and a special look at coffee. Some of the brands they have in store, but also ways to drink, and some of the regional ways only meant to be sipped.
Okay.
Shaking the coffee when you've had enough. How do you enjoy your coffee at home?
We actually have a mocha press. So we buy some coarsely ground coffee, and then we just brew it very slowly, and it's a ritual every weekend, me and my husband. We really love it. We love coffee.
So we have all of our herbs in there.
Yeah, look at that. How gorgeous is it?
Beautiful, fresh.
Yes.
Is it ready for my feta?
Before adding the feta, I'm just going to add the frikkeh, which has been drained and cooled.
So here we go, frikkeh ready, and it is probably doubled, if not tripled in size. And the smell of it, it's smoky, it's nutty. We've got that beautiful grains there. It's not gloopy at all.
No.
Should I just throw it in?
Just
We're
throw
pretty
it
low
in.
maintenance. Okay, frikkeh is all going in. How many people do you think this was served? We've got a big bowl full here, Yasmine.
So if you want to have it as a main course, you could serve easily 6 to 8 people. If you want to have it as, if you want to serve it as a starter, if you want to serve it as a main course, maybe 5 to 6 people.
Could you add a protein in there if you wanted to? Could you do some grilled chicken as well as the
can.
feta?
That's a great idea. I've never done it with chicken.
Just saying.
With oregano, because chicken and oregano, the touch of garlic would really work well with this.
Just to make more of a main. Beautifully stirred through.
Now we're gonna add the feta, please.
Okay. So I've chopped it up into probably centimetre square cubes here, so should hopefully go all the way through. And that's the thing with you assembling something like this. You don't want to get a forkful of just one flavour. We want to have it all of that way through. All of our fantastic ingredients today brought to you from Spinneys, the freshness of those herbs and some of our pantry essentials. We're talking about the Middle Eastern pantry to mark the holy month of Ramadan. We've got Yasmine Idris Tanner. Shouldn't shows a very, very successful and creative baker and of Lebanese heritage, the perfect person to speak to about what needs to be in our pantry to elevate these dishes. And one thing we have created today is this gorgeous frikkeh salad. So let's just recap what is in it. We cooked the frikkeh and what's gone in.
So we've used some items that would usually be in my pantry, like walnuts, olives, frikkeh, which is a smoked green wheat grain, and we've dressed it with some reduced balsamic vinaigrette, or you can use also pomegranate molasses and some za'atar. So we're just to add a bit of color, we just added the dressing like a few minutes ago. We're just gonna add a bit more of green herbs on top.
And this is the thyme and the oregano?
Yes, thyme, oregano, and we're gonna also add some fresh parsley leaves.
Absolutely
and voila.
Beautiful.
It's
wow.
ready.
I can't wait. It smells so delicious. As you said, a revelation.
Yes, it's a crowd pleaser and very easy to prep ahead of time and just assemble last minute. And it's because there's a crunch from the celery and from the walnuts.
That's what I love, it's the textures.
Yes, lots of different textures.
And that dressing, I will use that dressing on, I think, everything now. So much inspiration coming up on future shows of Farmer's Kitchen and also in the new issue of the Spinneys magazine, in store now, full of ideas for Ramadan, sweet, savoury desserts and also some beautiful drinks to go with your iftar too. Keep in touch with us on Dubai I1038 and also get in touch with the show through the website. You can watch live there, see what's happening in our kitchens here at JA The Resort and head over to Spinneys to pick up all of those beautiful fresh ingredients. We'll see you next week.